Hello, my angels, and welcome to the wonderful world of Dolly. As you can see, this week's vlog is not the typical vlog that I've been issuing out, and I know I've only made 3, but this month is not the best of months for me, and I'm going to explain why. That this week's vlog is not what I've been putting out. Sorry for the croaky voice, and all I'm going to say is sorry for what's going to come forward. But as I'm blogging out there, this is part of my blogging life, so I thought, why not put it out there? Basically, my birthday is tomorrow, which is the 13th of August. I'm recording this on the 12th, and I don't really want to be vlogging this week. I am not emotionally there to be putting out content for Steve to be editing and just being out there, to be honest, and I'd rather shut myself away, and this is why I thought I'd make this video. Things changed for me and Steve in 2016. We decided that we were going to try for a baby, and we had a conversation. I have got 3, and obviously they are quite older. They're older now, but they were quite older than your typical 5-year, 3-year gap. And I wanted to become a mum again, and we were all up for it. We were ready to go. I had my implant taken out, and which was November of 2016, and I became poorly in the December 2016, and I'm going to go through everything. My doctor, I went to the doctors, and she was like, no, you're not pregnant. Never took a pregnancy test, but she was like, no, you're not pregnant. And I was like, well, I nearly passed out. I nearly fell downstairs. What's going off? And she was like tapping away on a computer, and she went, fine, I'll book you in for some blood tests. And at the time it come back, I was pregnant. I was working as a home carer, and everything seemed to be going okay for a couple of days, and then I was at a call and went to use this gentleman's toilet, and I was bleeding. I miscarried that baby. So that was devastating enough. I didn't get the support I wanted from work, I'm sorry to say. And as it was, then the following month, I also got pregnant really quickly. But again, I lost that baby. Me and Steve kept on trying. This went into 2017, and in of April 2017 I got another positive pregnancy test, and things were going on, the weeks were going on, and we thought we were, as you do, you count down the weeks. I'm 8 weeks pregnant, I'm 9 weeks pregnant, and I'm thinking, this is it, this is my baby, the rainbow baby, as they call it, until I reached 12 weeks, and I had considerable pain, and I thought, I'm losing this baby, and I got taken to hospital. I'd not had any scans yet, because in the UK your first scan sorry, is given at 12 weeks. So this was just coming up to my 12th week, and I'd actually got my 12-week scan booked in, and I was already classed as a high-risk pregnancy because the fact that of my age, I was 40. Well, I was 39, and I'd already had 3 cesareans by my boys, so I was classed as a high-risk pregnancy, and so I was quite confused that I didn't get an earlier scan. But as it was, I was still waiting on my 12-week scan, and so I was in excruciating pain. Went to the local hospital, who gave me blood tests and said, no, your HCG levels, which is your pregnancy level, when you're pregnant you release a hormone called HCG, it was sky high. They were like, no, we don't think you're losing the baby, your HCG levels are way up, really good sign. So I was like, okay, but I could not cope with the pain. And I 3 days later, this happened on a Monday, 3 days later, I had to go back to hospital because I was in so much pain and losing so much blood. So they booked me in for an early pregnancy scan, even though I was around about 12 weeks anyway. And mine and Steve's life absolutely changed. My baby had passed away at 8 weeks, and also implanted on my C-section scar, which they called a cesarean scar ectopic pregnancy. Reading up onto what it was after the fact, because at the time when they were telling me and Steve, everything just seemed to be a blur of one, your baby's passed away, to it's implanted on your C-section scar, and I'm going to go into a bit more. But reading up, these cesarean scar ectopic pregnancies are so rare, absolutely so rare. Their estimated cases in the UK is 1.5% for every 10,000 pregnancies, meaning that equivalents to one case every 2 years, and 2016 was my case. So they basically sat there and said, we need to get rid of the baby that's there. The baby had passed away, but my sac had carried on growing. So I was getting a little bump and everything, me thinking that everything was okay. It was coming up to that safe zone of your first trimester. And obviously this is just my experience, because, obviously how Steve dealt with it, how my family dealt with it is so different, but I'm just going to go on what I felt. But I had to be put into surgery the following day, because if it had erupted, this is life and death. It's critical. If it ruptured, I wouldn't be sat here right now. So I was booked in hospital that same day. I had surgery, and this all happened round about now my birthday week. So this is why I didn't really want to be vlogging this week. I've had some personal moments with my family. I've had some personal moments with my family that have just been with my family, and tomorrow me and Steve are going to our place, Vegas, for the day. We're spending the night. I'm going to put a few little clips on, and we're going to edit a few clips of us around Skeggy, but nothing to what I've been posting out there. It was just a mad time, and even 2 years down the line, as you can see, the room that my beauty room is in at the moment was meant for my little baby. So sometimes, it's a bittersweet. It's a bittersweet. I'm sat in a room that I absolutely love and adore, but there is a pang every now and again that there should be a little toddler in here by now. So obviously this is why I've not vlogged this week, and this is why it's not been the normal content of what you normally see of my YouTube, but I wanted to keep this real. I think the worst thing out of all of this is that I have nothing to show from my pregnancy. I have a pregnancy stick. I didn't have any scans. As I said, I was coming up for my 12-week scan, so I didn't have my scan pictures that, typically that you would get. Steve did make me, well, he had a star named, and in the month of August, and we were, if the pregnancy had gone off, if we were having a little boy, it was going to be called Jacob, and if it was a little girl, it was going to be called BB. So our star is named BB Jacob. But I think the worst thing is that if I know this sounds really awful, but if I had have delivered a stillborn and had a burial, people still ask you, when somebody passes away in your family, they say to you even 2 years down the line, are you okay? It's the anniversary. But I think a lot's forgotten when you have a miscarriage, especially early on. And I do believe, a friend once told me that women get attached to their babies as soon as they see that line, that second line, or that pregnant sign, where men do it as when the baby's born. And I'd already lost two before, but me and Steve did carry on trying after my ectopic. After everything was cleared, we were carrying on trying, and I went to my consultant who helped me through the ectopic, and he basically said that you need to stop trying. As his words were, the M1 is a very, very busy road in the UK, and basically said if you get pregnant, it's like crossing the M1 blind. He said it's going to be a case of either it's going to be you, the baby, or both of you that could pass away, because it's such a high risk with what's happened with the ectopic. And I think that's another thing, is that I've had an ectopic, but people they assume it's in my tube, and they don't realise how to death I was as well. And I know that women are when they have an ectopic in their tubes, but to say that this case is like one every 2 years, the support system wasn't there either. I went to the ectopic pregnancy helpline, and when I'd mentioned what I had, they'd not heard of it before, and I was like, well, who do I talk to? Who do I vent that this happened? So it was a struggle. But the first year afterwards, I hibernated myself away. I didn't want to know anybody. I'm better now. I had a friend that, well, one of my son's friend had a baby, and I just didn't want anything to, and this lad called me his second mum, and I just didn't want nothing to do with any kind of baby, pregnancy, pregnant woman. I didn't want anything to do with anybody. And I'm saying I'm a lot better now, but this month, especially this week, I don't want to be at home. I don't want to be surrounded by the memory that there should be a little one here at the moment. So this is why this week is not your typical vlogging week, and I thought I'd keep it real and keep it honest and be as transparent with the subscribers that I've got, and because it's part of who I am, it was part of my life, it still is. I just want to say thank you for watching my video, and next week we'll be back on track and feeling better. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Thank you for watching my videos, and I shall see you soon. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.